Right, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Saturday and we are back with a writing stream. Not going to be writing horror today. I've got to sort of put that to one side for a moment because I have a deadline with my day job writing. So this is writing my books for Harlequin, Mills and Boon. And I'm about 5,000 words into this, and I need to produce like another 1,000 words roughly today. I've got up to chapter 3, the start of chapter 3, and I'm hoping I can get through the next 1,000 words here with all of you guys. So it's yeah, it's going to be a bit of a difficult challenge, but we're going to do what we always do. We're going to set a timer for 15 minutes. Hi Jamie, how are you? Set a timer for 15 minutes and get some writing done, and then we'll pop back and see what's happening in the chat or if anyone's got any questions. And we'll keep doing that until I've got my 1,000 words. Let me make a tea and I'll write with you. Cool, okay, you go make yourself a cup of tea. I've just finished mine. Got myself all hydrated and ready for writing. Well, I say ready for writing. Is anyone ever ready for writing? Hi Faisal, how are you? I saw you were playing Valorant yesterday, Faisal. So, because Nick was on, and he's done his competitive matches for this act, and he is ranked up to Iron 2. So he's very chuffed about that. He's very, very chuffed. So yeah, I haven't played any competitive matches yet for this rank. So I don't know how good I'm going to be, but I've just not been feeling the Valorant gaming thing just lately, so I haven't really played any competitive matches. I've just been sticking to the spike rushes and the swift plays and stuff. But I'm gonna have to do my rank because I can't have Nick overtake me, can I? You haven't done that either. No. I did get to play with the new outlaw gun, which is amazing. I absolutely love that gun. The only thing I don't like about it is the long reload process. It just seems to... I mean, it's got to have its downside, obviously, because otherwise it would be completely and utterly broken. If it was like this amazing weapon and it reloaded really quickly, that would just be too much, wouldn't it? But yeah. Yeah, I suppose it's got to have a bit of a downside to it, but yeah, I'm gonna have to get around to play my competitive matches. But right, so Jamie, have you got your cup of tea yet? The new gun is annoying. They need to fix it. It is up. I just want that reload time just to be cut down just a little bit, even if it's like by half a second or something. It's just, I don't know, pulling out the 2 shells and then reloading. It's just a bit much. Oh, you've got your tea and your notepads. You're ready. Excellent, excellent. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to set the timer for the 15 minutes, and we'll see how far we get. What are you working on, Jamie? Let me get my timer up. Are you working on a script or just a story, or what are you working on? Uh, 140 for a chest hit. That is a lot. It is. It's got some huge power behind each bullet, that's for sure. I'm very impressed with it. Nick loves it. He plays he will buy that gun every single time if he's got the money, and he's got really good at it, which is probably why he's ranked up slightly. A new comedy. Okay. All right, lovely. Okay, so 15 minutes. We're going to get going. Let's see how many words we can get done or how far we can get done. Are you ready? Go. Okay, stop. How are we getting on? I didn't do too badly, actually. I was not expecting that rush of words to come out. But it did. I mean, it's probably still going to need refinement and everything, and sort of go in and change it, but I've literally got my two characters in a kitchen and they're cooking a dish. So there was something sort of propelling it, so I could sort of like, talk about the food and what was going on and the subtle undertones that are going on in the kitchen and all of that biz. How did you get on, Jamie? Your first 15 minutes with your notepads and your pens. I think I've added like 600 words in that 15 minutes, which is bloody amazing, quite frankly. I don't normally write 600 words in 15 minutes. No. But we'll keep going, because if it goes quite well and I can add extra words, then that means tomorrow, if I'm struggling a bit, then I've kind of got a few words spared to play with. So as long as I get my 1,000 words each day, I should be okay. You wrote one sketch or scene thing, but now I'm lost again because I write these jokes but don't have an order to them. I just fit them in after. Okay, well done on getting one sketch, one scene, whatever it is. Are you at the start of your project, or had you already started and you're a few scenes in? Because I think the starts, this is my theory, starts are easy to write. Well, they are for me. Starts are easy to write and endings are easy to write. It's the bit in between that is the issue, which is a huge issue because the bit in the middle is the bit that propels the story. So yeah, I always got told that, because I used to listen to this podcast called Writing Excuses, and it was Mary Robinette Kowal, Brandon Sanderson, a lot of sci-fi fantasy writers do this podcast called Writing Excuses, and they were talking about how to cope with the middle section of whatever you're writing, whether it's a joke, whether it's a short story, whether it's a novel, whether it's a script, whatever. And they said, if you try and imagine a movie trailer, you get those movie trailers and some guy goes, in a world, one of those things. The bits that you see in the trailer are usually the bits in the middle, because they show the rising action and the escalation of danger or threat or a punchline. And so they said, if you can try and think of your middle as the bit that's in your movie trailer, then that sometimes makes the middle easier to create, because you've got to think of which of those rising points of tension that you want to make the joke work. Because if you're writing like a comedy, I'm assuming there's like an overruling joke theme that's going to go through that episode or that scene or whatever. I've got the start, the middle, and actually having a story is what I'm struggling with. Okay. I find sometimes that I don't know what it is that I'm writing until I actually get to the end. That you can have the start, you can have the middle, and until you actually get to the end, do you then realize what it was that you were trying to say. So I wouldn't worry too much about not having an actual story to hang your hook on. hang your coat on, I should say. Just keep going, and when you do eventually get to the end, you might have more of an idea of where you're heading. It's that whole driving in fog thing, isn't it? You can only see as far as the headlights show, but you can make the whole journey that way. You might not know where your end point is, where your end destination is, but you can make the whole journey that way. And then when you get to the end, you can be like, right, okay, I can go back now and I can see what I can do to make it better, to sharpen it up, to tighten it up, to really maybe, nail those jokes or make the jokes better, or, whatever it is that you're doing. So, okay. All right, so we'll do another 15-minute session. I've got bloody adverts on my thing, haven't I?
Switch today at hyperoptic.com. Available in 64 towns and cities. Winner of Broadband Provider of the Year in Uswitch Telecoms Awards.
Other broadband providers are available. Right, okay, so another 15 minutes and we will see where we're going. I also have no idea if it's actually good or not. Neither do I. Welcome to being a writer. I never know whether it's good or not. So you just have to keep going. You just have to keep going and not give up, because the trick is to finish things, right? If you can finish things, then that's the bit that matters the most, because once you've finished, you've got something you can work with. So keep shoveling the sand into the sandbox and we will see where we get. So another 15 minutes. Here we go. Maybe jump. Like 15 minutes is up. Yeah, see you later, Faisal. Have a good time. Yeah, that bit went okay. I'm trying to, because I'm still right at the start of my story. I've obviously got these backstories for both my hero and my heroine, and I'm just at that stage where everything's just, I'm trying to layer in hints at what's happened to my heroine in the past without overtly saying, because you want to have that element of sort of keeping the reader wondering. So I want them to be on her side, and I want them to wonder what it is that she keeps hinting at. What is this thing that happened in the past that bothers her still, and that she almost uses as a shield to keep everyone else away from her. So that's where I am. I'm just sort of trying to obviously make the scene interesting and fun to read, but also hinting at something that I can't overtly say yet, because that big reveal needs to come much later. So yeah, that's where I am at the moment. How are you getting on? How did that 15 minutes go for you? I mean, I've done my 1,000 words. I've done my 1,000 words for the day, which is amazing. I'm going to keep going, so I want to have 2 more sessions. I try and do 4 15-minute sessions in each writing stream. So we'll do 2 more and see how far we get. But yeah, I'm actually really quite pleased that I've done 1,000 words in 30 minutes, which almost never happens. Almost never. And to be honest, right before I started this stream, I was like, I have no idea where this chapter's going. I have no idea. And so because I knew they were going to be in the kitchen and they were going to be cooking, I looked up a recipe that I thought I'm going to feature and work around this recipe. And so I was able to sort of build it from that. So that's why I had my iPad off to the side and I was looking at how to construct this recipe, because I had no idea. So that's what I was doing. Just writing the new scene. I've got the jokes for it. Just building the story place to put them in. Okay. So is it like, are you doing a contemporary story? Is it set in modern day, or is it set in the past or the future? Where is your story? So you don't have to give me, all the story details, because if you're anything like me, I don't like sharing my story details. But where is it set? What is your setting? Is it modern day? Is it contemporary? Mine is set obviously modern day and contemporary, and is set in London, and my hero in this one is a Harley Street plastic surgeon, and the heroine is looking after his daughter, and she used to be a respiratory nurse, because both of them have to be medical professionals to write for the medical romance line. So that's where the situation with mine is. Modern day Kent, mostly in a pub. Think modern day, only fools and horses. Okay, cool. Alrighty. I'm going to ask you then, what's the name of the pub? I'm sure the pub's got a name. Has the pub got like a funny name? Because I'm thinking if you're writing a comedy, the pub's got to have like some sort of cutesy, funny name. Or have you just kept it like the Red Lion or the White Horse, or something like that. Some coloured animal of some description. But yes, anyway, I used a recipe to sort of power my way through that scene, which is really weird. But I know that a lot of the romance readers like there to be food or baking or pets, dogs, puppies, that sort of thing. They love all of that. So occasionally I try and put in something like that. Not yet. No name for the pub yet. Well, I'll leave you to work that one out then. Because sometimes little details like that can be fuel for what you're writing. Because, if you could get a play off the name, that would be really good. That could tie in with some jokes or something. There could be like a long running gag for people who drink at that pub or something because of the name of the pub or something. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm just making things up on the fly here. Trying to give you grist for your mill. But right, okay, so I have no idea where I'm going to take this next. I'm staring at the words and I'm staring at that cursor that's blinking at me and hoping that I'm going to get inspired for the next 15 minutes. Because we're going to do 2 more of these 15-minute sessions and see where we get. Oh dear, right, okay. Right, I'm going to set the timer then for another 15 and see how we go and see how many more words we get. But I'm not expecting to write as much in this session and the next session as I just have, so we'll see. Right, 15 minutes. See you in a bit.
Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Right, okay. Another session done. Managed to get about just under 500 words done in that session, which I'm actually really shocked by. Really shocked by. Oh my god. I started this session at just over, like, 1 or 2 words over 5,000 words, and I'm now at 6,471. So that's blooming amazing. I just don't understand why not every day is like this. Why are some days so hard to get the words out? It's just, yeah, difficult. How was that for you, Jamie? How did that go for you? It's if I could write this quickly and this easily every single time that I sat down to write, and I have to write down every day, this would be a walk in the park. This would just be so easy, but it is never like this every single day. I have been writing every day this week, doing about 1,000 words each day on this romance book. And yesterday and the day before yesterday was so hard. I really found myself struggling. I'll be honest, I didn't write anything. I sort of got distracted and gave up. And that is what happened to me yesterday and the day before. But I knew I had to keep going because I had to get those 1,000 words or I'm going to be really behind on my deadline. But I was saying to Stream yesterday that I'm very much aware that I have ADHD brain. So if something doesn't hold my attention, if something I consider it boring or it's no good or oh, I'm not in the mood for this, I get really distracted and will suddenly grab my phone and say, well, I'll just watch a couple of TikToks and then I'll get back to it. And I don't watch just a couple of TikToks. I end up watching 8, 10, 12 TikToks, and I think, oh God, I'm meant to be writing, aren't I? And I put my phone down and then I'll write a little bit more. And I actually went through a series of, because I know I need to write 1,000 words a day, I'd say, write 250 words and you can watch a YouTube video. And so I would do that, watch a YouTube video, and then be right, now you need to write another 250 words, because 250 words didn't seem as demanding as 1,000. So I had to chop up the big task into smaller tasks. So that might be something that you can try if you know that you get distracted and you want to give up, is sort of say to yourself, right, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the next 2 lines. The next time my character speaks, or the description of that scene, or whatever you're doing, do that and then reward yourself with a YouTube video or a TikTok or whatever. But tell yourself you will go back after and write the next line. And sometimes that is honestly how I get through it, is that I reward myself. Sometimes I have sat here with a packet of sweets or a bar of chocolate, and say there's 4 squares of chocolate, I'd be like, right, you can have 1 square of chocolate once you've done the 250 words. And that is literally how I get myself through it, because I have to have a reward system. I have to have a reward system to sort of get myself through the writing sometimes, because my brain is so, I'll spot something that seems infinitely more interesting than doing the writing. Like, I don't know, social media, will pull me towards it, and it's really hard to keep going sometimes. But it's not that I don't enjoy the writing. I love writing. I love being a writer, but sometimes it is hard. And I actually put something, I've got to post it on my screen. I'm going to show it to you, that I look at frequently. It's written on red paper, so you probably can't see it very well. But it says, you have ADHD brain. It is not boring or crap. Because that is what my brain tells me when I'm writing. That, oh, this is boring. Oh, what you've written is crap. And you need to delete it. And I so want to walk away and delete it, because the other idea that I'm thinking of is so shiny and so new and so exciting, and that one will be perfect. But I know that if I start writing that one, I'll be saying within 10 minutes, oh, this is boring. I'm not writing this very well. What I've got on the page is not as shiny as what it was when it was in my head. And so therefore I have failed, because I have this huge sort of perfectionist streak running through me that I have to write everything as I see it in my head. So I guess it's finding the way around knowing what your weaknesses are. And getting distracted is definitely a big weakness for me. Very much so. I will always find a reason to become distracted. But at the end of the day, I have to produce the work, because I have a deadline and a contract, and if I don't do it, I'm going to get in a lot of trouble. So but some days, having said all of that, some days, and I'm sure you've experienced this too, Jamie, some days the writing goes really well, or you'll write a really good joke, or you'll think, do you know what, that scene ended perfectly, or I started that scene really well, or that really came out exactly the way I wanted it to, and oh my god, aren't I amazing, and this is fantastic, and I love doing what I'm doing. But unfortunately not every day is like that, so you just have to keep going. You just have to keep going, even if you are distracted. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set one more 15-minute timer, work for those 15 minutes, see how far I get, and then we'll probably call this session a day. So join me if you want to. You don't have to. But I'm going to do another 15 minutes and see how much we get done. See you in 15. Cool, that was a quick 15 minutes. Wow. Okay. Wow, okay, so I got 7,011 words. So I've actually written 2,000 words in 1 hour, which is crazy. Never happens. Never, never, never happens. So, were you able to undistract yourself and get any more words written? I feel like that is quite good. So, I need to, I always put it down in my diary each day how many words that I managed to get done. So I can just sort of keep a track and a tag by the time I get to the end of the month. Yeah, just about 2,000. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. The most words I've written so far in this story, the highest day I had was the very first day when I started, in which I did 1,104 words on this project. The shortest amount I've ever written is 975. But today I got 2,000, so that's amazing. So thank you, everybody, for keeping me company while I achieved that, which is bloody amazing. You won't know. That's okay. That's okay. You do what you can do. You do what you can do. But you know what? You did something. You made a start. You wrote some words. You wrote a new scene. You got your jokes for it. You know, I mean, if you'd have not joined me today, you might not have got that done. So, you know, you've got to give yourself a clap on the back and a gold star for showing up and doing the work. That's all you can do. That is all you can do every day. Laptop comes Monday. Oh, yes, your new laptop. So that should be easy. I won't have to use my phone. Oh, see, I thought you'd already got your new laptop. Right, okay. So, yeah, working on the phone is hard. Working on the phone is hard. Glad you've done so well, though. Thank you. Thank you. I am really pleased I've done so well. I mean, technically, it means I could have tomorrow off, but I won't. I will write every day because I need to get this one done because I then immediately have to go into 2 more. So, yeah, the first few months of this year are going to be pretty solid with writing. And I know at some point, probably next week, my editor is going to get back to me with revisions for the last book that I handed in. So I'll not only be writing this current one, but also going back into the old one and making changes and revisions. And I'm not a big fan of doing the revisions, so I always can't wait to get them over and done with. But you know what? We did well. We did well today. We showed up. We did the work. We hit a target. I got past my target. You finished a scene. So, you know what? That is great. I'm going to call us both winners today. And if anyone else has been out there, either watching this live or you're going to watch this later on YouTube, then, you know, you've done the best thing by showing up and just making a start. So that's what you need to do. So, yeah, so thanks again for joining me today. Thank you for your company. And I will see everybody on Monday for the art streams. I'm going to have tomorrow off from streaming. But have a great rest of your weekend. I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you have a lovely Sunday, and I will see you on Monday. So take care, look after yourselves, and I'll see you in a couple of days. Okay, bye.